I mean, Real Madrid are clearly interested, aren't they? There's no question about that. But I guess, speaking to people kind of close to Konate himself at the moment, I still get the feeling that the priority is to renew with Liverpool, and there are kind of talks there, but it's kind of stuck at the moment and it's not progressing, which is a shame. But I don't think it's reached the point of no return, and the players definitely decided to go to Real Madrid. I don't get that feeling at all. That's not to say it's not going to end in that way, because as I say, that possibility is 100% on the table. But we're still in a moment where there's hope of a breakthrough. The player is not desperate to get out of Liverpool. He's not desperate to go to Real Madrid. It's not kind of in that situation quite yet. But I think Liverpool are going to have to put a contract on the table that is attractive to the player, and as of yet, that hasn't happened. So we kind of wait and see. We've seen these get wrapped up late in the day. We saw with Van Dijk and with Mo Salah last season that it can, but equally we saw with Trent that it didn't work out that way also. So there's still a long way to go with this. And I'm still of the mindset, I do not think Liverpool should push for a sale this summer. I don't think Real Madrid would push for a purchase, to be honest, this summer. But for me, the minimal sum that you will end up getting from that is not worth kind of the damage it would do to Liverpool's chances of defending their title. For me, Liverpool need to keep hold of him for this season regardless, and then we see how things progress or they don't progress with the contract talks.
No, I completely agree, because if you're selling so many players and if you're bringing in so many new players, then who knows how that's going to work out. And as Slot showed last season, continuity can be key to winning the title. So having already changed both fullbacks this season, you'd rather not have to change a centre-back as well on the back four. So, yeah. And then just as a kind of like final addition to the Konate topic, do you think that this has the potential to become, say, a bit toxic, a bit heated, like we did see with Trent Alexander-Arnold? Or would that maybe depend heavily on how Konate conducts himself throughout the course of the season? Because if you go back, one of the criticisms that people had of Trent was things like he didn't necessarily perform any media duties when Van Dijk and Salah were being asked the same questions and taking the same heat. So is it just very much a case of how he conducts himself?
Yeah, I think, you could do without a performance like, say, Trent against Manchester United last season. I mean, that certainly didn't help. And that was when it really felt like it was toxic. And then, you think of Trent Alexander-Arnold's celebration at West Ham as well. For me, that was inexplicably poor, to be honest, when you think about what ended up happening. I thought it was a real misstep from the player. So it's aspects like that can turn it toxic. And I think, you hope that Konate, it won't get to that point. I mean, you hope that it can get wrapped up even before the season starts or whatever. There is a chance that can happen. The player will return soon, and then we'll see if things can move forward. So, I think it's going to be one of those things that's burning in the background for as long as it's not resolved, unfortunately. But there's still some optimism on Liverpool's side that it can get done. It's not, nobody's kind of given up yet. So we'll just see in terms of that. But I think, it's all about, the key there is kind of how long it drags on for, but also how the player handles himself and how he acts in those moments. I think Trent made a couple of errors in terms of that last season. And hopefully Konate won't, even if it doesn't come to a positive resolution and he signs up.